The myth about passion, what nobody tells you about starting a business, being an entrepreneur, starting a side hustle. Everyone always says, find something you're passionate about. Mum and dad, I want my kids to find something they're passionate about. And look, at the end of the day, it's hard to spend more time, more free time on something that you're not passionate about, right? Passion is like that little bit of extra energy. Otherwise you might burn out quicker without it. Passion might just be that thing that pushes you through the early days when nobody knows who you are. It's like the little difference between walking up excited with enthusiasm and dragging your feet off to work on a job that you hate. And while there's a big, fat, hairy butt of the things they don't tell you about passion, at the end of the day, you're speaking to someone who is obsessed beyond passion on what I do. And I'm just so blessed that what I do on a day-to-day basis, the actual cogs of building the websites, the generation of the lead, the SEO, the technical, the planning, the strategy, the Facebook ad, the Google ad, or everything, the relationship management with clients, the building of relationships, the sauna invitations, and everything that I do. I just love everything that I do. And it's incredible because at school I was useless. You couldn't get me to study or pay attention, expulsions, you name it. Whereas you give me this thing and I will look at URL plans for hours. My weekends is my wife watching Married at First Sight while I'm middle clicking websites and deconstructing exactly what makes the competitors rank, exactly the kind of landing pages we need to build, what kind of cost per clicks, cost per conversions, backlinks. Love it. That's my Saturday and Friday nights after we put the kids to bed. So absolutely follow your dreams. If your dreams are hiring, I want my kids to do something that they love and passionate. My kids love Lego Fortnite. Not to say that you can't work in gaming, in esports. If anything, now is a better time than ever before. But let's be realistic here. Not to mention, most of your time will go into things that you're not passionate about. The accounting, the admin, the taxes, everything else that comes with actually running a business and doing that thing. So a lot of the time you end up hating what you're passionate about because you turn that into your full-time job with a whole bunch of tasks that you don't like doing, you don't want to do, but you have to do it to survive. So in order to scale, you've got to delegate. And that means potentially firing and hiring, finding a business partner, finding specialists in that space, which now put you in a project manager position. And that's not what you do. You're good at baking the bread. You're passionate about bread. You love photography. You love videography. But now you got to edit 20 videos and have deadlines and clients on your back, move pixel left, pixel right. I don't know how it happened, but I love all of everything that I do. I think because I attribute everything that I do to client success, and I know that if we get past this hard stage of Google Ads and SEO, there will be a lot of happiness on the other end. And I think the unpopular opinion is if you want to just concentrate on doing the things that you're passionate about, you're choosing that over potentially scaling. Depends on the space, because you'll only make X amount of bread. If I'm the only website builder because I enjoy building websites but nothing else, I'll only be able to build X amount of websites myself. So staying one person will keep the overheads low. It's basically saying no to growth, which is valid. You can do that, but over time, passion alone won't get you there. Passion will get you started. It's the spark, but it's not the fuel that'll keep you going for 5 years. What you actually need is passion for excellence and passion for duty, not passion for the daily tasks. Passions for value. That's something I'm just obsessed about. I love when anything that I do, new systems and processes, new workflows, deliver additional value that's scalable. That's just the best. And then comes your pain tolerance. If you're genuinely interested in what you're doing, the hard parts feel less hard. Solving a complex SEO problem at 11 p.m. Friday doesn't feel like suffering when you love what you do. That could be applied to any industry. When you love the smell of it, when you love the look of it, when you love the buttons that you're clicking on, you can click them on for longer. You can keep clicking. So the passion and interest creates more momentum. Passion and interests both matter. Interest makes the work bearable. Pain tolerance makes you unstoppable. If the interest but no pain tolerance, you'll quit the moment it gets boring. If you have pain tolerance but no interest, you'll succeed but hate your life. The sweet spot is mild interest of the field plus extreme pain plus tolerance plus passion for the outcome, freedom, providing for your family, building something that lasts. And then comes boredom, which is the real enemy. If the work is boring and repetitive, that's a sign you'll need better systems or you need to hire. Successful entrepreneurs or business owners don't do the boring work forever. They build systems, process, documents, workflows, and delegate. This is why I have 5 different divisions in the agency, and I, once again, love every aspect of it. I built all of the SOPs from the ground up myself. So at some stage, I had to become the expert in that thing, whether it's setting up WordPress, whether it's our own custom plugins, whether it's how landing pages are deployed, what kind of copy is created, the copywriting team, the blogging team. All of this stemmed from Eugenius over here, sitting down to figure it out because I hired a bunch of people. They failed me miserably. The work was subpar, and I'm like, there's got to be a better way. So many years ago, I sat down, figured it out, it worked, A/B tested it, it worked further, scaled it, began to hire specialists in that space. Specialists, some of them are trained from the ground up, others already had experience and were just molded by my SOPs and now my AI stack. It's all about who has the biggest stack these days. Stack in experience of that space. But then on the other hand, you got to embrace the boredom. I can continue doing the same thing I did 15 years ago and enjoy it. And if it's designing a website, my process is still the same. I have a look at the top ranking websites. I have a look at all of the trends. I look at the industry bodies. If I'm building a website for an accountant, the first websites I'll check out is QuickBooks, beautiful site. Xero, MYOB, these are big companies with big budgets in their marketing. They've got the trends right. I will download swipe files from around the world. So each process evolves every month. But what I witness is people quitting not because the work is hard, but because it just becomes repetitive and boring. And we're living in a country where you could just say, oh, this is boring, I'm gonna quit. At the moment, this country allows for that. Best country in the world. Times are changing. Embrace boredom, I think, is the key. Running the same Google ad, running a similar page, our 10th or 15th Google ad campaign for a renovation, for a builder. It's more or less the same stuff, but it's just exciting every step of the way because the business is different, the brand is different, the stories are different, the journey's different, the offer's different, the location is different. I don't know, it's just different competitors. It's fun for me. So I personally think that success in any field comes down to executing the same tasks day in, day out, making difficult short-term decisions, sitting in the discomfort of unsolved problems long after the initial excitement has worn off. Check out the graph for, Dunning-Kruger Effect. You get excited about the shiny ball, you start implementing, then you're at the peak of what's called Mount Stupid because you got no idea what you're doing. Whole bunch of competitors and thousands of people have been doing this for years, and then you fall off the cliff of Mount Stupid into, the doom of, Valley of Despair. Check it out, Dunning-Kruger Effect, right? So many of us have these ADHD ideas. We go ahead, start implementing, then reality check. So you got to do the early work yourself, the boring work yourself, figure out your systems, figure out your processes, yeah, Dunning-Kruger Effect. You got to get past that. Then when you have more experience and you have more momentum, it begins to snowball if you hang around. Once you have momentum, you just need to figure out what your hourly rate is on your time and be protective of that time. I'm blessed once again because I love all aspects of what I do. But if you don't like bookkeeping or accounting and your per hourly rate is higher than the rate of an accountant, an online accountant, an outsourced accountant, then you should hire a bookkeeper, a cleaner to win time, because that's the only way you're going to get more time to work on things that are important in your business. When to quit versus when to keep going. Not every idea is worth grinding through. In fact, most businesses fail. That's the government statistic. Sometimes the market isn't there. Sometimes the economic doesn't work. Passion doesn't always bring and pay bills. The unpopular answer is sometimes you're solving a problem that doesn't exist or doesn't have a market for right here, right now, in this suburb, in this economy. Lots of reasons. Just don't listen to AI or ChatGPT, because they're just gonna lie to you about what is a good business idea and what's not. If you watch that South Park episode about ChatGPT, where ChatGPT backs up Randy Marsh on his absolutely silly business ideas, go check it out. If you've been running crazy hours, 60-hour weeks, and you're still not seeing traction, and you've been doing this for years, maybe the problem isn't your work ethic. Now, I'm not saying give up, but maybe it's the idea. Maybe there's no market. There is absolutely no shame in shutting something down and trying a different path. The sunk cost fallacy kills more businesses than lack of effort. Sometimes it's best to just let go, just like the toxic people in your life. Might be hard, but you'll feel relieved onto the next thing. This is why a lot of my businesses, a lot of my ideas in the online space, I try A/B test 80-20 as much as I possibly can. There's a great book called The Lean Startup. Tim Ferriss talks about it. It is, how do we test this theory without burning a lot of cash? What is the leanest way we can test this idea? Now, thankfully, in the digital marketing space, the cost of entry to understanding if you can get ads is a couple of grand, maybe more. You don't have to fork out for a facility, deck it out in equipment, pay for rent, employees. Once again, I'm blessed that I'm passionate and obsessed in that particular space. So here's the case for pushing through. The uncomfortable truth. Most businesses that could have worked didn't work because the founder quit 6 months before, 6 weeks before, 6 days before, right? They were so close. So many of my SEO campaigns, I've got one right now where it was a shoulder niche. It was in the finance, the mortgage broking space. We paused the SEO campaign. We've got a larger sister site that we're funneling all the resources into, and the SEO on the first one has just taken off. Now that's just going to snowball, so it's a win overall. I don't know if that's the right analogy, but I guess if you're 6 months in and frustrated that you're not where you want to be, you're comparing yourself to somebody else, you're on the right schedule. It's not meant to be easy. This is what hard feels like. That's just a sign that you're doing it right. Everything worth doing is not easy, and any space that you try to tackle probably has competition. There are things you can try, A/B test, always learn, forever a student, right? So in this case, like, you need a bit of both, the ability to persist through discomfort and the ability to recognize when you're pushing a boulder uphill for no reason. And just when you thought it can't get any easier, you get hit with the external opinions by family and friends, and you don't want to look stupid in front of anyone, right? Let alone someone that's close to you. And look, don't get me wrong, feedback matters. It matters from people that you love, your family, they have your best interests. Everyone around you is telling you your idea doesn't make sense. Maybe they're seeing something you're not. Your network can be quite valuable bullshit detector. If 10 experienced business owners are skeptical about your idea and you genuinely feel that they have your best intentions, that's worth listening to. Social proof also matters for business. If you look unprofessional or cringy, that affects your ability to close the clients, hire good people, and build partnerships. Now, it sucks where you hear those stories where the business closed down because he just couldn't handle the criticism. When you start anything, you will be bad at it. You will noob it, you will be figuring it out, you're gonna fail, and that's that Dunning-Kruger effect. Your first websites will be terrible, your first lawn mowing will be terrible, whatever it is, the first tree that you might cut, you're gonna cut your hand, Chris, right? Your first hire is gonna be tough, it's gonna be tough, right? Which means people are gonna judge you, friends are gonna judge you, parents are gonna judge you, family will judge you, and they're gonna try and protect you from the pain of failure. Maybe you should, continue, get another job, or continue working here, don't leave your job. And I think at the end of it all, while there's a little bit of truth in everything everyone says if they have your best interest, there's only one voice you gotta truly listen to, and maybe it takes a few goes. It's yours. You listen to your gut, listen to your own personal opinions of yourself. Because most people are not running a business, most people are not entrepreneurs, most people don't have any idea how to do the thing that you're trying to do. Their opinions are free because they cost nothing to them. So I guess listen to people that have done what you're attempting to do. If they've built 1,000 sites, if they've done this Facebook ad thing, if they've burned some cash, a lot of the time they're going to give you some good direction. You can just tell if a person wants to be helpful or not. So anyone that's successful has gone through this awkward, painful phase. The difference is that they didn't quit when going through it. They made it on the other side. Now, for me personally, I started the business because of freedom, because of fear. I was afraid of the vision in my head, where I would have a family and I would have no time to see them grow up. I was afraid of what my parents had gone through, my wife's parents had gone through, just workhorses, doing things that are extremely hard. Until this day, they still do that. Absolutely inspirational. But I was afraid that I'd be still 10 years later with kids stuck in that cubicle, working crazy hours, 4 a.m. wake-ups to go to the gym so I can be in some kind of a headspace before I'm in a cubicle doing whatever it is that I'm doing, account management, whatever it is, a job, right? Coming home, the fear in my head of coming home late while my wife struggles with the kids at home and having no time just terrified me. So it was that fear that forced me into building the business. I was already quite good at building the sites, ranking the sites, delivering value. But the business side, I never really wanted to sell websites to people or perform an SEO service. I just wanted to rank my own websites, and that's how I still do it. I just rank my own websites because I just enjoy it. My websites get leads, now I've got to give the leads to somebody, right? And that's how the value first mentality, or just value general mentality, helped me start this thing up. So the reason you should build a side hustle and build a business is the chance of freedom in the future. Just depends on what you want from your life. It's afternoon, I'm on the beach with the doggies. I don't have a ruck anymore because I hurt my back, but while I have unlimited things that I should be doing right now, and I can't say that I'm super wealthy, but I'm a little bit free, where I can go to my kids' running carnival. I can go to events with the kids at church. I could go to parent-teacher interviews. I could could pick them up from school, I can drop them off. We can do things that a lot of parents sadly can't. And that terrified me because I grew up personally where my parents are still till this day absolute workaholics, and I was blessed with that immigrant blood to just be able to outwork anyone. So just be mindful when you start your own business, you don't work 9 to 5, you work 24/7 because that's the reality of it. You will be wearing all the hats until you begin to scale it. And when you begin to scale it, you'll just find more things that you should have done and start doing them. You'll just find more hats to wear. It never ends. So if you structure it, you can make it work. If you do what I do, you won't have the free time because I'm just obsessed with what I do. At any spare second, I'm either progressing client sites through the ranks or building my own sites. Obsessed. And to hear business owners make more money, that's a myth. Oh, the opportunity is there, but it's also going into a 100% commission role. It's on you to deliver. It's on your product, it's on your service to deliver. There ain't no paycheck at the end of the month. So back to passion. If money is the only motivator and you're not seeing money in 6 months or 3 months or a year, you will most likely quit. So for me, my business is my identity. I feel like it's my duty. I just enjoy delivering value, whether it's my drone staff, my local staff, or through the power of meaningful leads that help businesses succeed. Freedom and money will follow that. And if you build it the right way and you stick into the game long enough, you'll win. But if you start for freedom or money alone, you'll quit as soon as it gets hard. It's just the trend that I've seen across the people that I mentor, all of the courses that I've given out. I've bought like $80,000 worth of courses, and still till this day, every week, there's new people that I begin mentoring, and I see the same trend, just absolute excitement. Oh my God, this is amazing. PBNs work, Facebook ads are great, drop shipping. I want to sell this product, the water filter, whatever it is, whatever the product is. And then a month later, hey, how's that website going? They just go silent, which is very sad. I want everyone to succeed. I want you to succeed. Hopefully this video has been helpful. All the best.